All right, let's talk about Patrick Mahomes and what went wrong for the Chiefs. Something we've had to do 4 times this season, which is pretty crazy. Again, this is a team that lost twice last season with their starters playing, and one of those was the Super Bowl. I mean, that's how consistently they won. Here, another loss, 5-4. Let's talk about it. For one thing, I just didn't think Mahomes was as sharp in this game as we usually expect from him. This play, a 3rd down and 7, man coverage concept. Rashee Rice, who's not running the deep route, but the route that's going to ultimately go towards the sideline just past the first down marker, is where Mahomes is going to look. Mahomes takes the snap, looks in this direction, and as of right here I know it's a little blurry, sorry, but you see right here, is it open? A little bit. Nice throw, nice catch. You can make this work. It's going to be tough. This is definitely good coverage. However, here, this throw is just, it's a bit high. Rice can't get his head turned around in time, and it's incomplete. 4th down and 7, and they punt the ball away. So, again, how you perform on 3rd downs impacts games. First and second down matter too, of course, but 3rd down is going to be, if you can't convert on those plays, it's just going to matter a lot. This one, another one where it's going to be, this is a Noah Gray play, actually. So it's a man coverage concept. You see Gray's route on this play, and 2nd down and 12. So tough situation for Kansas City. Mahomes takes the snap. He's going to look Noah Gray's direction. Gray is open. It would take a good throw. It would. But this is not an impossible throw. This is not, last play was kind of like, okay, that'd be a tough play. It's just one you kind of expect Mahomes to make. Here, this is not a tough play. It is one you expect Mahomes to make, and the throw is off. And, that meant that the Chiefs on the next play kind of had the play for 3. They do get those 3 points, but, had they hit on this, it's first and 10 at around the 15-yard line. Instead, gave the ball, we're only able to score 3 and give the ball back to Josh Allen. So, not ideal. This next one is definitely worth talking about as well. So it's going to be a passing play as you have Xavier Worthy in motion. And we're going to definitely have to talk about Cole Bishop, the safety who is in motion with him. Cole Bishop had a great game in this one. So watch what happens. Mahomes takes a snap, Worthy in motion. They're trying to get it to him quickly on a 3rd down and 3. It makes sense. You get the logic here, right? But Cole Bishop, really interestingly, so he's just playing the receiver. He's not even playing the ball. And Worthy puts his hands up a little early. If Worthy doesn't do that, well, Bishop's not going to realize the ball is there. But watch Bishop, he never sees that ball the entire way. He just leaps up and uses his body to deflect it. A risky play, because if he misjudges that, Worthy could be off for a touchdown potentially. But hey, he makes the play work. And I got to say for Mahomes, let that ball really hang up there. Had Bishop played that one slightly differently, that could have been a pick 6. That was very much in the cards. Had Bishop been playing the ball instead of the receiver, ultimately it still kind of worked out for the Bills, but could have worked out a lot better for the Bills. And then on 4th down and 3, so the following play, they decided to go for it. Makes sense, right? In no man's land, 4th and 3, you have Mahomes. Why not try for it? But here, concept pretty simple where you have Rashee Rice just taking 2 steps and looking for the football, and then Kelsey will run further down the field. And essentially, the idea is there's only one Bills defender in that area. It's also Cole Bishop. You throw it to where he's not covering. Right when this play begins, though, Bishop doing a good job of essentially what you want to do here if you're Bishop is stay as far back as possible, but still to the point where if the ball is thrown to Rashee Rice, you can step in and make sure Rashee Rice doesn't pick up the 1st down. And Bishop is doing that to a T right here. Mahomes tries for a quick throw. Bishop jumps it, knocks the football away, and they get the stop there on 4th down and 3. It's just really good play from Bishop, and I think that's kind of one thing that would pleasantly surprise me if I am a Bills fan, and maybe worry me a bit if I'm a Chiefs fan, is it does feel like a lot of times when these two teams have played, even in the regular season, it's not necessarily the defensive backs for Buffalo making the plays, right? It's Josh Allen making the plays, and it's Kansas City making the plays, and it's Kansas City's secondary making the plays. But getting wins like that is certainly optimistic if you are a Buffalo Bills fan who, again, listen, as I'm sure as much as you enjoy beating the Chiefs in the regular season, you trade it all for one playoff win, and that's kind of what we're previewing for this season, right? We assume these two teams will find each other in the playoffs. There's a lot of other good teams. The Chiefs aren't even in a playoff spot right now, so there's no guarantee, but you have to think about it, at least, when you're watching this. Heading over here, I think I should mention, we saw some ridiculous Mahomes plays in this game. We did. To pretend like Mahomes was just a disaster would be untrue. This one, Mahomes takes the snap. There is going to be pressure off the edge, so he steps up in the pocket, but it's still collapsing. He's going to have to, throw with guys all around him. But it's just one of those classic Mahomes plays where he just gets enough time, somehow finds a wide open Travis Kelce. Cole Bishop fell on the ground on that one, so not Bishop's best play. He had a good game, trust me. Not his best rep, but hey, when you try to cover Kelce for 7 seconds, eventually you're going to give it up. Great stuff from Kelce and Mahomes. On this one, Hollywood Brown faked as though he's going over the middle, then goes back towards the bottom of the screen. He wins that matchup pretty significantly. That was Christian Benford, who's good corner, maybe not having his best season here, though got burned badly on that one. So you saw good play by Mahomes there. Of course, the 4th and 17, we have to talk about this. This was Chiefs down 15 with 14 minutes left. Decided to go for it 4th and 17. I mean, you could try a 57-yard field goal. Harrison Butker does have a big leg. Granted, it's Buffalo. It's not a dome, right? So that changes things, but you could try it. Watch Mahomes kind of fake as though he's going one way and then go the other way. Joey Bosa had such a clear lane to Mahomes. He assumed something was wrong, kind of went backwards. Really clever design by Andy Reid. They also have a good scheme down the field. Mahomes hits Rashee Rice, who they ran a zone buster like that far down the field, because they had this little wrinkle to give Mahomes more time on a 4th and 17. Usually 4th and 17, you're just trying to see if you can get the ball there, have time to get the ball there. But with the little wrinkle, they have time. Run the zone buster, really good stuff there by the Chiefs. Although, again, I have to bring up something like this. I think was a real story in this game. So this is 2nd down and goal. This was after that Hollywood Brown play that gets them to the 1-yard line. They run it, don't get it. So now you burn your timeout. Well, now what do? Mahomes takes the snap. They decide to pass, and you look right here, nothing is open. It looks like Kareem Hunt could potentially get open, but he's actually going to get covered up. Pressure starts coming from multiple different areas. Mahomes has to just get rid of this football. People bring up the offensive line injuries. I didn't think the offensive line played that bad in this game, to be honest. But when you're holding on to the ball for forever, what the defensive line did a good job of was just keeping Mahomes in the pocket. Don't let him scramble. Only one rush for Mahomes. That was a big part of what the defensive line did. Also, play like this. I mean, Maxwell Hairston, we got to talk about him. So Maxwell Hairston was drafted in the 1st round, out of Kentucky, 30th overall pick for Buffalo. He is a speed guy. And for Kansas City, they have a speed guy of their own. Xavier Worthy, who had a big game in the conference championship game. And I'm not saying they only drafted Maxwell Hairston in the 1st round with that in mind, but I definitely believe they drafted him with that in mind. You see on this one-on-one matchup with those two guys, Worthy and Hairston. Patrick Mahomes takes the snap. He's going to look up in that direction. Hey, Xavier Worthy one-on-one. Let's give it a go. Let's see what these two guys got. And, for the Chiefs, I think sometimes they'll just say in the regular season, well, yeah, let's see if this will work. If it does work, well, then when it matters, we know it. And if it doesn't, we'll have to figure something else out. Well, here, there's nothing available. Worthy completely boxed out. Worthy doesn't even see the ball, so you can't argue pass interference when the receiver isn't making a play on the ball. It wouldn't have been interference anyway. Just a really good job by Hairston to completely box him out. And also, we should talk about the pick. I mean, this, as much as we're talking about this as a disaster for the Chiefs, and I think it was in some ways, disaster is too strong of a word, but a disappointment for them. 3rd down and 10, down 7 points with 4.5 minutes left. This is very much a game. Mahomes takes a snap, and a couple things to note. For one thing, pressure off the edge. This is Joey Bosa, who did have a very good game. Backup right tackle here, although I didn't think there was actually to me, there wasn't a noticeable difference when William Morris came in to play for Jawan Taylor. For the right tackle, I don't think there was a big difference there. But with the pressure, when Mahomes makes this throw, hey, he knew the pressure was coming. It was the right side, not the left side. He decides to make the throw anyway. And with Worthy, this almost just feels like a jump ball right here. And for Worthy, that's just not really his game. He did make a couple of contested catches in that Bills game once again, including one that many people didn't think should have been a call, but it was a catch, but it was. Here though, it's a catch in the other way. Really, Worthy did a bad job of tracking that football. That's not very well done by him. But also, hey, Hairston did a good job of tracking it, gets the pick, and that was, I really think, the play of the game. The Bills were able to not score because they missed the field goal, but kill enough clock to ultimately win the game. Ultimately, if you cover well, you're going to do good stuff in the NFL, even with some miracle Mahomes plays. He needed a couple more to be able to win it. So because of that, you look at this game and say, yes, the Bills have now beaten the Chiefs 5 consecutive years in the regular season. They have lost 4 consecutive times in the postseason. However, I do think the way that the Bills won, you feel a little bit better if these teams match up again. As for the Chiefs in general, so they're 5-4 right now. I do think that Mahomes isn't going to miss the throws that he missed in this game again. And I do think Buffalo kind of has built their defense to beat the Chiefs in many ways. 5-4, you're going to have to find probably at least 5 more wins to get into the postseason. The good news for them, you play the Titans, the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Texans. I kind of feel like those are going to be 4 wins. And then you have the Broncos twice, the Chargers, and the Colts. Can't guarantee any of those, but you win those. You win one of those games and the other 4. Well, that puts you at 5-7, and you're in. But again, maybe you drop a stupid game to the Texans or something, and then you aren't able to beat the Broncos either time you play. Like, there's little margin for error. They've really put themselves behind the 8 ball. I think they'll find a way to get in, but, I mean, they're going to have to get guys more open than they got in this game. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you, and of course, as always, thanks for watching.